Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is my first instructional video about playing the guitar, and I hope you find some useful information and tips in here. And if you find something nice, let me know in the comments, and if you disagree with anything, let me know. There's tons of videos about the best pick and the best grip and the best anything, the best way to use your picking hand and so on. So I chose to make my own video about this topic, and I try to keep things short and informative. And first of all, let me say that this is not a competition. There is no thing such a single best way or best anything, because everyone has different hands and fingers and preferences, and the key is just to find whatever feels natural for you. And for sure there are some techniques that are more efficient than some others, but as long as you can produce a good sound and you can play upstrokes and downstrokes comfortably and do some alternate picking and nothing is causing pain, because pain is bad, or nothing limits your playing, then I think you're doing just fine. So how do you choose the right pick? There's probably thousands of different picks out there, and there's really no shortcut. You just have to experiment and find what works for you. Myself, I use three kinds of different picks. Picks do vary in size, thickness, material and shape. There are pointy ones, sharp ones, round ones and so on. And the best way is just to figure out which one suits for you. So it's like collecting Pokemon, so you just gotta catch and try them all. And as I said, I use three kinds of picks. So my all-around pick is this dark purple 2mm download Tortex. And if I have to record fast rhythm guitars, I switch to this lighter purple 1.5mm download Tortex as well, because I think that then I have a bit more control, and of course when playing with lower and thicker strings, it's easier with a thinner pick. And when I do record clean guitars with arpeggios, I use these kind of picks. They are Dunlop Gels. They are thin and hard. I use them with clean guitars because they have a bright attack and tone, whereas these thicker ones are more softer on the attack and the tone is more mellow. And I will give you an example of this later in this video. Okay, so now that we have covered the picks, so let's talk about the grip. Earlier I mentioned about having a natural grip, and I want you to think about the most precise, detailed things you learn at a young age. So I'm talking about writing and drawing. So try this out, that you pick up a pen and a piece of paper, and then you start sketching something in there really lightly with some fine details and so on. And then I want you to take a look how you hold the pen and how lightly you squeeze your hand and use your hand, and that is your natural grip. And you just have to translate it to having the pick in your hand instead of the pen. So my grip of the pen is something like this. So I am mainly having it between my thumb and my index finger, and the middle finger is offering some support. And sometimes my middle finger takes more of the load and I let my index finger go, depending on what I'm writing or drawing. So now we just have to translate the grip to the pick. When I take the pick in my hand, it just falls right to its place. I do not have to force it, I do not have to adjust it, I do not even have to look at it, it's just there, and the grip is the same like with the pen. And of course you have to adjust it just a little because a pen is quite a different shape and size than the pick, but the principle is the same. So what is my picking style? I have never paid much attention to my picking hand, and I have been just playing and trying to figure out things along the way. And I remember Yngwie Malmsteen said in one interview that he had never took a look at his right hand until some guys in the 80s asked him how he picks. It was much later that I discovered what I was doing and had those moments of insight like, whoa, this is economy picking, and hey, this is pick slanting, yeah, cool. And I remember when Troy Crady came up with the Cracking the Code video series, and I was like, whoa, great, now there's tens of thousands of guitar players trying to learn what they are already doing. Well, at least I thought so. And so like with the pen, the grip of the pick changes depending on what I'm playing. If I do some really simple playing and riffing, I hold the pick here between my middle finger and thumb. And when things get a bit more intricate, then I hold it with 3 fingers, and when I go lead playing, I hold it between my index finger and thumb so that my middle finger is ready for something else, tapping, plucking the strings, or rolling the volume knob, or holding the whammy bar. Also, my fingers do not sit right in the center of the pick, but slightly on the side. And my style of playing leans more towards economy picking rather than strict alternate picking. And I do use legato quite a lot too. Okay, so how do I hit the strings with the pick? I try to keep the pick parallel to the strings, so that the pick kind of glides smoothly across the strings. Because the pick is round like this, but it's also round like this, and I don't want to angle the pick almost at all, because I think it makes things messy. And my picking is really light, and when I play unplugged, it's quite near to almost silent. My picking is about the same volume as legato playing, and at least on lead playing. And of course, I dig in with the pick for the dynamics and bends and pinch harmonics and so on, but generally I play with a really soft touch, and once in a while I say that my grip is so loose that the pick sometimes even falls off. And I do pick slanting quite a bit because I think it's just natural when you need to hit more strings at a time. And can you even do arpeggios without pick slanting or economic picking, because the pick always moves to the direction you're going instead of forced alternate picking. And palm muting is another key technique here too. That's where you rest the palm of your hand slightly on the strings to dampen the sound, but you don't want to press too hard, because then the string goes a bit sharp and it's out of tune. And by the way, I use this palm muting quite a lot when playing leads too, and I will show you that later too. And I think I got that from Ronnie Letekro, who is a guitar player in a Norwegian heavy metal band called TNT. He's got this really nice and unique percussive style in his playing. And the main reason why I play silent is that I have always been quite a shy guitar player and don't want to disturb people around with my playing. And even when wearing headphones, if there's people around, I really like to play softly, silent, and mute the strings a lot. Okay, I guess that's enough talking, so I will now shut up and will demonstrate my picking style and how I hold the pick and change the grips and whatever. And by the way, I do have a new guitar here. It's an Ibanez Prestige SV 540, a really good one, and I needed one without a floating tremolo. So let's go see how it sounds.